Hey guys, Geek Hybrid here. I want to talk about using trading signals. And this is going to be a three-part series here talking about this, so get ready. And the title of this is Stop Using Trading Signals Now. Stop using it now. Please stop. Please. And we're going to get into it. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about with this series is the fact that, first of all, it's a very lazy way of getting people's money. These people who are selling this service to you, they're too lazy to legitimately take you through a process because, for one, they probably don't have the knowledge themselves. That's the first thing, because you can actually go through a third party to get signals and do all this kind of stuff. So you can use a signal service from someone else and then take those signals and start your own signal service. So it eventually becomes like this 3 or 4 tier filter all the way down before it gets to you, because you have all these cats with a bright idea to take advantage of your interest in trading. So the fact that they are using this as a lazy way to get money is pretty sickening. But the main thing that the signal service does is it's leveraging your urge, or in many cases, for most of you, your desperation for making money. You want to make money in this business so badly that you're willing to pay someone to give you information to enter into a certain price at this level, at this amount, or whatever the case is. And the fact is, they can send this information anytime during a session. Anytime. Okay? They can send this information like 5 minutes later. They can send this information like 10 minutes later. They can tell you to get into a completely different price level than they got into, if they're even in it. Okay? If they're even trading, really. They could just send you the stuff through your email or cell phone or wherever they're sending it, and they could be doing absolutely nothing, and they're just racking in profits doing absolutely nothing because they're taking advantage of your desperation, or they're taking advantage of your anxiety, of whatever you're going through emotionally with this trading game. They're taking advantage of it. Okay. And I know it's easy to say, oh, that's not everybody. I could be very PC right now. I could be very politically correct right now and just say, hey, it's not everybody, it's some. But I'm not giving anybody the benefit of the doubt. Anybody who's willing to give a trading signal service, I can't really respect that person. I don't give a damn how big or small that guy is. I don't care. It's a lazy way of getting people's money, period. You can delay that information. You can delay the delivery of when it gets to you. Like I said, it could be anytime. They could be doing nothing. They could just be sending this stuff. They could be sitting on their cell phone, laughing on the couch, watching, the bubble games, the NBA bubble games. It's sickening, to really just, every time I see anybody who is talking about a signal service, it just makes me sick to my stomach. Seriously. But, like I said, it's leveraging your anxiety, your desperation. It's information they can send anytime. And finally, they're taking advantage of your lack of market knowledge. That's ultimately what this comes down to. And you might be able to psych yourself out and say, hey, I know about the charts. I can verify the charts myself. I can go back and see what level he's talking about. But honestly, the fact that you're even using a signal service means that you don't have as much market knowledge as you thought you did or you think you do. Because if that was the case, you wouldn't need a signal service, right? You wouldn't actually need. And this is not an indictment on you directly. This isn't an indictment on the person who is getting the service, who is purchasing the service. This is just a public service announcement. That's all this is. That's all I'm doing here. Okay, and I realize that a lot of people who have allegiances to certain people who are providing these services, that they're going to defend their guy. They're going to defend their source. They're going to say, hey, you know, I've won trades with this guy. And you know what? If you're making money and it's all good for you, I'm happy for you. You know, I mean, whatever it takes. You know, my philosophy is whatever it takes to make the money. If this is in fact one of the main ways you're able to make the money consistently, and it just so happened to be a pretty good signal service, who am I? Whatever, you know, I mean, you know, do what you need to do to make the money. But just understand that going through a signal service not only highlights the points I just mentioned, the desperation, the anxiety, taking advantage of that, you know, sending people a signal anytime, and then, you know, taking advantage of your lack of market knowledge. Besides that, you know, I think the be all end all of this whole thing is the fact that you are relying on an individual to provide information to you. If this person gets hit by a car, ends up in a coma, that's kind of extreme. That was morbid. I'm sorry, but you know, whatever happens to that person, they just disappear, right? They're in the process of moving, and they can't get to a computer, right? They can't. Whatever their situation is, you are relying on that person to provide you with information either weekly, every single day, monthly. I don't care how long or how far it is. You're relying on this person. That means you're twiddling your thumbs, waiting for this person to send you an unread email telling you to get in at this level. And if something happens to that person or their business, or they just disappear on you with your money, you're back to ground zero. You're back to square one. And that's my ultimate point, I think, you know, is as far as this video is that, you know, it's absolutely a lazy way for these guys to make money. It's absolutely lazy. You don't have to do anything to send a signal. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is press send. That's it. All you have to do is go through a third-party source, get signals from that individual, you taking their signals to give it to your group, and you didn't do anything. You didn't have to look at a chart at all. You just grabbed a signal service from somewhere else, grab that information, send it to your little group, and then, hey, everybody, next thing you know, everybody's emailing you, telling you, hey, man, I lost money on that spot. And that's what's happening. You know, I mean, a lot of people are, you know, they're losing money, and they're like, yo, you just sent me an email telling me to get in at XXXYZ, and I got in at that level, and I was immediately in the red. I immediately ended up in the red. You know, and there's a lot of people who are talking like that, who are saying, hey, you know, bro, I got your email, and that was a bad spot. In fact, I've seen several people in the comment section on different videos say, I've done the opposite of what the signal told me to do, and I made money. I can't tell you how many people I've seen in the comment section of most videos say that. Man, I used the opposite, and I made 5 trades in a row. You know, so just understand that these guys are lazy. Just understand that these guys, all they have to do is click a button, press send on their cell phone or whatever they're doing. I mean, a lot of stuff we're doing now, just as a society, period, most stuff you can do on your phone. So they can send all kinds of emails to you through the phone. They could be on the plane, they could be in the car, they could be wherever. They get an email, a text alert from the signal provider they're using, and then they just forward that email to y'all, or they just forward that text to y'all. It's, you know, and it's just too easy to do. You know, I could do that right now. I could, if I was that cold blooded, I would just forget all this stuff I'm doing. I would just do that. I would just send signals all day long and take people's money. But that's just not the right thing to do. So, anywho, yeah. So that's the first thing that you need to realize, is that this is a lazy way for guys to make money. This is a lazy way for them to fund and deposit money into their accounts. And, you know, that's just despicable. So, yeah, the next video, we're going to talk about, you know, how it's not suitable for scalpers and low time frame traders. So we're going to go to the next video and talk about that right now.